Fire escape engineers inspector summary video. Inspector Meneses here from Fire escape engineers. We're here in Edgewater. What we have is an existing fire escape. This door feeds this fire escape, so we're definitely going to need 2 to 3 steps here to basically help you feed. This is almost 3 feet tall here, so you need a simple staircase in here. It can be made out of pressure treated wood. Must be fire rated, so you can do it in extra thickness. Everything's got to be at least 2 inches, which is the nominal 1.5 inches. So you got to come up here. A lot of this is a fire escape that was built on site. So a couple of things that are going to be a concern to the official. When you need a couple more lines in here, or you can add mesh to the outside just to keep the children from ever falling through. Any child ever falls through, there's a liability issue here. Let me now step down. The grading is all standard grading from probably within the past 20 to 25 years. There is some through bolts here. It's an all welded fire escape, so two options to verify welds, and that is you either x-ray the welds or you can load test the welds, or to eliminate the need, pop a bolt. As soon as you pop a bolt in here and give me a bolt, keep your weld. I would seal this all up with silicone so that, but as soon as you drill and tap a bolt through here, we're good. All these treads are welded. These welds have to be load tested or x-rayed, but if you pop a bolt through here, 1 or 2 bolts, depending on what is able to be fit in here, then no need to load test. The steel brackets, same thing. As soon as you pop a bolt in it, you don't have to load test it or x-ray it. So the entire staircase. The only thing I would do on this staircase, this is not a traditional code. You put in 1 more line in here, and usually that's what the city official wants. 1 more line here, 1 more line here of a simple bar. Could be tubular, could be flat. It'll stop anybody if they trip going down these stairs from jamming themselves into that. It's not a traditionally built fire escape. These are 3x3 angles. This is not usually what they use as stringers, but it is acceptable. But again, it's an all welded fire escape, and load test or x-ray. Otherwise, you drill and bolt these. You don't have to worry about the load test. Same thing that applies down here. You need to put in more lines in here to basically stop any child from ever getting through. If any of this grading is loose, you need to use, so you need to J-bolt it down. This fire escape I doubt has any lead, but if it's older than 78, EPA renovator's license is required to touch this fire escape and paint it. But I think it's not going to have lead, but the owner should provide a lead certificate that says it has no lead. That way you don't have to be an EPA renovator. I see brown primer as the base. I don't think this has lead. But your gratings are all loose. So J-bolts will hold all these down so that nobody will ever pick one of these up, drop them down. They have to be secured. These are all right because all these spacers here are going to keep anybody from tripping through. Make sure we have no debris in the fire escape anywhere. And all these gratings, if I can lift this up, if I was to move it ever so slightly in one direction, she's going to fall. So all these treads must be, all these gratings must be secured with a J-bolt. Same thing applies to this railing going down. 1 more line going down, and that will stop anybody if they ever trip from falling down into that. This right here is going to be, is basically bracketed back over here. But because this is a one piece, a lot of times you either need a through bolt back here or a leg to the ground. But because this is a one piece, as soon as you reinforce this corner, make this sort of a one piece unit, there's no need for a leg. And that this reverse bracket here, as you can see, the weld is already starting to be eaten with because it's exposed. You got to put a couple of bolts in that, and that way you don't have to verify or load test that. Same thing applies here. These stringers are all welded. So as soon as you put an angle clip in here, 2x2, bolt this way, you avoid the need to verify these welds. All these treads are full of rust, see? So you just got to knock out every one of these treads and put in new bolts and clean out all the rust. And prime it, paint it, put it back, and then put new bolts back in these treads. 100% of these treads have rust on the interior. See all that rust right there? A lot of rust right there. Okay, coming down here, these are going to start spalling pretty soon, so I would make sure that you get all these sealed up, and I would seal these up with tar away from people where people put their feet, and paint this so that it doesn't keep sucking up water and feeding water. I would tar this whole thing up so that it doesn't continue to grow and expand, because the rust jacking and ice jacking is going to split that lower. This is the other corner. I mean, this is again untraditional, but because everything is acting upon itself, you need a bracket arm from here to this corner, and then you need a bracket arm from there to that corner, simply to capture this corner. This really needs a post here, but it's going to go right in front of this. So two 2x2 angles on that corner by quarter, and that way it'll support this corner, because this is not built correctly. Any welded connection, as soon as you pop a bolt through it, you don't have to verify or x-ray the weld. The bolt takes place. That connection up there, they put a bracket on the inside holding the stair, but there's no bracket on the outside. So that's an unsupported bracket. They're kind of relying on this whole thing to act as a one piece, and to a certain degree it does, but as soon as you put a bracket on there, then nobody's ever going to question it today or in the future. On the right side, I need a simple angle bracket on that right side coming down, 2x2. Farscape has been painted. It could take another paint job, but you can do a spot repair on this, and do a spot repair, and then and then paint it within the next 5 years. But right now there is no major rust on this. But repair it and spot repair. Again, be mindful of the possibility that there's lead, but I don't think there's any lead on this one. No catwalk needed up on the roof, because the whole roof is enclosed as that's a railing system up there of the roof. But you definitely need those stairs to climb up and over. I would definitely, on that part up there, I would also raise the railing, because as soon as you step up and over, should you trip for any reason, I don't think you have 36 total or 42, so the railing on the right and in front of you should be elevated to almost 4 feet, just in case somebody was to trip or fall while they're transitioning from the roof line up onto the fire escape. They would never fall off up there to the left or straight ahead. Again, railings coming down, need some more bars in between. This is an untraditional fire escape, but with these slight modifications, it'll be considered a pre-existing condition with slight modification to bring it up to as close to code as possible. Any questions? Farscape Engineers, Inspector Summary Video. This is Inspector Meneses, 866-649-0333, Farscape Engineers.